This is our third budget roundtable. We are going to do, I believe, a total of 8. We did one in Essex County. We did one with a collection of South Jersey counties, and obviously very thrilled and happy to be here in Bergen County. We reviewed sort of top line pillars of our budget, the so-called blueprint for the middle class, some specifics about Bergen County, and then folks raised a lot of the good questions that are relevant to, as one of the mayors said, where the rubber hits the road. And so I think we've got a good working relationship. I appreciate what the Budget Chair, Senator Sarlo, said in his capacity as chairman, but also as a mayor, that we're off to a good start with a ways to go. And I would echo that as it relates to the budget. Before I ask the county executive and the freeholder chairwoman to say a quick word from their perspective, I wanted to read something which we also talked about. I want to give a quick update on an issue of significant importance to New Jersey commuters and Bergen County commuters in particular, and that is congestion pricing in Midtown Manhattan. Last week, both I and then my staff spoke with Governor Cuomo and his staff. Governor Cuomo and I came to a conceptual understanding that should congestion pricing move forward, it would do so in a way that is fairer to New Jersey. This understanding means that New Jersey commuters will be treated equally at all Hudson River crossings, the Lincoln and Holland tunnels, and the George Washington Bridge. And New Jersey will also have a seat at the table as the plan moves forward. And as we ensure equal treatment for our commuters, we will pursue the conversion, and this is important, to cashless tolling at the Port Authority-controlled crossings. This not only will make delivering the credits to New Jersey drivers possible, but it will also relieve congestion at the toll plazas, especially on the George Washington Bridge. Bergen County's commuters would have borne the brunt had the George Washington Bridge commuters been treated differently than those who use the tunnels. And now I'm confident they can breathe a little easier as we work toward this goal. There is still much more work to do, and I understand that the MTA in New York has a process that needs to play out, but we are starting in a much better place. I want to thank Governor Cuomo for his openness and partnership and look forward to working together on a truly region-wide approach. With that, Mr. County Executive, any quick comments from you or the Freeholder Chairwoman?
Well, first of all, let me say that's wonderful news to the County of Bergen, and I thank you, Governor, for taking the lead along with members of the legislature and others for pushing this so that New Jersey does have a seat at the table and that we are treated equally with the tunnels, the bridges, the most heavily driven bridge in the country, and to not have that as part of the package, I think would be a disservice to the people of Bergen County. So thank you for working that out. In saying that, Bergen County is the economic engine, I believe, of the state of New Jersey. As Bergen goes, so does the state of New Jersey. And that's why that and so much more is important in regards to us having a relationship with the governor, with the members of the legislature, with our mayors. This is what it's about. It's about being able to sit down at the table, talk these things out, better understand them, but also raise the concerns and the issues. And that's what was done today, and I want to thank the governor for doing that on behalf of the people of Bergen County and also the elected officials. And it's also nice to see that we have people from both parts of the government, but also on both sides of the aisle. And I thank the 39th district and the 40th district for being here with us today, because this is about working together. And that's the one thing that I've tried to make sure that I talk about all the time. Is it's about working together with all branches of the government. So I'm happy to say that the other branch of government in the county is the Freeholder Board and Freeholder Chairwoman.
Thank you, County Executive. I echo a lot of your comments. I mean, we're all here for the residents of Bergen County. They're all bipartisan issues because we're here for their concerns. Most residents move to Bergen County and raise their families for multiple reasons, and mostly to be close to New York City and the metropolitan area. So discussing today traffic concerns as in congestion, transportation, education. I mean, these are all macro issues and also micro issues for here at the county. So I appreciate Governor Murphy for coming and discussing, and our mayors and our legislators for discussing all our issues that are really important to all our constituents. So thank you.
Thank you, Germaine. Thank you, Jim. With that, would take any questions you may have.
Governor, on congestion pricing, now with congestion, can you hear me first of all?
Yes, yes, yes.
With it coming now out of all three major crossings, congestion pricing, I mean, will the tolls not inevitably have to go up because so much of this money will now just filter into the MTA as opposed to bridge and tunnel maintenance?
It's too early to tell, but I would hope the answer is no. I think the tolls have gone up far too much over the years, and that would not be our hope or even expectation. There's a phrase, large distance between the lip and the cup. There's a long distance between today and the congestion pricing as proposed finally taking effect. So there's a lot of moving parts that's far too early to tell. Yeah, that is the nature of the discussion that I've had with Governor Cuomo. And importantly, because and it's a fairly straightforward point, but the Lincoln and the Holland already go into the zone itself. So getting that electronic tolling technology in place is less urgent, although it does relieve congestion. It's much more urgent in the George Washington because you've got to keep track of people, including those who may not have Easy Pass, including those who keep driving to Connecticut. So you've got to be able to have that record in order to make the system work.
So just for clarification, the governor guaranteed there'd be a credit and that it would be equal among all of them?
Yeah, I would say that we have a very good conceptual understanding is the way I'd put it. It was a very good, open, constructive conversation, both principal to principal, but also with our staff.
Governor, we're part of your negotiations.
I can't see who's asking. Yes, yes.
Brianna from NJTV News.
Hi, Brianna. I have your microphone here.
We're part of your negotiations to get some of that money carved out for New Jersey, some of the money that's being collected, and how are those discussions going?
That was not part of our discussion. The two pieces that I felt were the most important and urgent were number one, equal treatment, and number two, that New Jersey specifically had a seat at the table.
What went into, did you ask the head of the SDA to resign, and what can you say of the timing of her departure? At least one of the investigations into the SDA is still ongoing. So what can you say about the timing?
I would just say that that Lizette tendered her resignation. I've got no comment or context on timing. I appreciate the work that she did, and we are looking forward, I think sooner than later, in appointing an interim director and turning the page and doing the work that the SDA is so needed to do in this state. We had an SDA conversation specifically in one of the communities not 15 minutes ago. It's a vitally important organization, and we move onward and forward.
Governor, do you regret hiring Lizette Delgado-Polanco?
All I just say is that I appreciate her service. She has submitted her resignation, and we're moving on. I don't know who asked that, but please.
Do you have any comment on her restructuring of the SDA? Do you plan to make changes that she made?
No comment. I think we will sooner than later appoint an interim director and then go forward with a process to find a more permanent solution, and we'll leave it at that.
Governor, a number of the EPA members who wanted to resign from the board last week aren't going to resign, as Sweeney said he's going to renominate them. Any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I have no comments on what the Senate president said. The chairman of the board, who, by the way, I cannot say enough good things about, he's a personal friend, Larry Downs, did step down, and we will appoint likely sooner than later a new chair to the EDA. I want to thank again publicly Larry's service. I think he and I both agreed that it was a good moment in time to turn the page. I respect the decision of the other board members who are governmental appointees. We were gentlemen about it and will continue to be, but we see things differently than they do. I appreciate their service, but we move on. Again, we will have a new chair sooner than later, and Larry Downs will continue to be a very important member of not just our business community, but the core group of economic and industry leaders in this state as we move forward. Others in the back, please.
Governor, getting back to congestion pricing, two things. One is, in terms of the credit, what do you think that means for New Jersey drivers? And two, the idea is to reduce congestion. What do you say to commuters about fixing interstate transit so that's a more viable option?
Yeah, so what will it mean for New Jersey drivers? It's a big deal that the George Washington Bridge will be treated in the same vein as the Hudson and Lincoln tunnels, and that's a big deal. And you won't have double taxation. As it relates to NJ Transit, we work on it morning, noon, and night. And notwithstanding, you have, one-off letdowns like we saw after WrestleMania. The data suggests day in and day out it is getting to a better place. It will take more time, it'll take more money, but we are headed in the right direction. And to your very fair point, the extent to which we've got a robust transit system across the Hudson, and we get, as Senator Weinberg has fought so valiantly for over the years, a new Port Authority bus terminal, as we are all fighting together to get the Trump administration to fund the Gateway family of projects. All of that moves us to a better place, and we are pursuing all avenues associated with that.
Let's see,
Sir,
last question?
I can see you back there, man.
Since now you're saying right now there's been no discussion as far as money is going towards EV transit, given this dialogue, is it something you plan to revisit in the future?
We'll see. Again, I think the important point was the place we wanted to start was a conceptual understanding that New Jersey commuters would be treated fairly across all of the avenues across the Hudson, and secondly, would have a seat right at that table as the MTA goes through this process over the next several years. That's a really good place to start. Again, I want to thank Governor Cuomo for his spirit of cooperation. I want to thank again the county executive, the freeholder chairwoman, the senators, the assembly members, the mayors, the other from both sides of the aisle. It's always a good day when I'm in Bergen County, and this day is no exception. Thank you all. Thanks, man.